Yeah, just like keep it loose. You know, looking at stripping grips, maybe doing some collar ties to bring posture, but also it helps me move their lower body as well. And then look forward to these for singles and getting closer to Zen Master here. Any questions? Just moving around. Yeah. Okay, I'll do one. I think we have an odd number of people, so I'll just put the timer on for 2 minutes, and then you'll stay into like 2 rounds, and then out. Training, but now since like 11 last night. Quite tired.
The feel of like, people don't like a big guy 2-on-1, right? And they don't really know what's coming at now. You get that head position and then I just kind of start to just cut that angle. And they're sort of in a place where they're like, I don't really know what's happening. And before they know it, like I have a head position, I'm 4 seconds on this jaw area, and I'm like right there. All I have to do is let go of the hand. And scoop the leg.
Have you ever tried using it to like whip them?
On an arm?
Yeah, and then have you seen those like IG posts where you get a tall one and you use them?
Whip the arm?
Like they swing the arm and then it like turns the person.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Oh,
I thought I heard the door.
oh yeah.
Swift burn?
Oh yeah, this is like hand fighting something. Hand fighting, yeah. just do some gains from side control. I think it's important that we know how to escape from these things. Actually, the opposite. So we'll start in this position where we have a cross face, and then I like to put my hand in their armpit so I can sort of use one arm just to have them turn away. And then my other arm, I can either put like a far hip here, or I can like cover the hip with my other hand, and then my knee is basically right up against their near side hip right here. So basically my goal up top is to keep them in side control, but I'm not going to just say I'm going to be here and just try to hold the whole time. My goal is to stay in side control, but also move to north-south, to the other side, side control, and then make my way back without my opponent escaping. If I'm able to do that, then I've accomplished my goal and switch position. Ellie is looking to basically get frames in, get me behind the line of his hips. Ideally, like behind the line of his feet. So I have to open guard. If he gets any kind of guard, not maybe like half guard, that's awesome. Just some tips on the bottom, like when we're talking about passing, I'm always talking about like for the person on top, you're occupying their frames, you're making it so that they can't really move. When you're trying to recover your guard, it's pretty much the opposite. Like, I want to get good frames in, so like maybe I'm putting my arm across the entire shoulder line right here at a 90-degree angle. This way, if Elliot pushes into me, like it's the structure of my arm that kind of holds on to everything. And then once I make space, I can basically start gluing my knees to my elbows, right? And that's like helping me protect my center mass. You see how this knee came in? It's like very close to my elbow. And now I'm just creating space so I can get my structure in front of it. If you're really flattened out, it's also pretty difficult. So like, I always think about like making a little space, and sometimes I just start tucking my chin in my chest. And it helps me curl up into a ball. And this helps me also make room in order to get my limbs in. So just some thoughts to think about when you're trying to get from a very flattened state to back to guard. But kind of like a combination of looking to get out of bad positions by learning how to frame, and then also looking to keep your pin on top. Any questions? 1, 2, 1, 2. Swallow my class. And then switch positions when you accomplish your goal. So, this way.
just to get you back to it.
See here?
Because we only skip like against the pendulum for there, and it's like, well, I get you back to your starting point, which would be the go away.
We're trying to come up on symbols or something.
Yeah.
This one's good. If you go try to focus up two hands on one. Well, get the first control. And two hands on it. And then hip escape. It's pretty hard for me to get back.
Alright, I played this game one time. I think audio of it. Just talk about some things that I was seeing. So I think like there's this concept of when I'm on top, I want to figure out ways to control my partner by using control points on their body, but also like their arms and limbs as levers. But he's also looking to do the same, right? So when I'm here and I'm looking to move into north-south, I don't want to just like, if I bring my hand over to basically put a wedge on this side of his body, on the other side, my knee is basically going to take its place, right? And then I'm looking to block this side of the hip as I move over. And now, I'm still past the line of his legs, I'm still covering the shoulder. And as I move over, sort of like positioning my body and my elbows around him so that it's hard for him to either come up, because I don't want his shoulder line off the mat. At the same time, like he's also looking for control points on me too. So whether it's like gripping, pushing, like framing is one way. I think I saw Noah and Elliot over there like grabbing this hand right here. This is not allowing me to, it's making it harder for me to flatten him. Sure, maybe I might be able to use my chest, but then now his knee is coming in. It's like I can't, he's using my arm here to control where my shoulder and my head go. So I have to really think about stripping this before I can start thinking about flattening him again. So, just some things to think about. It's also not so much like me driving my chest into him that keeps him pinned. It's actually thinking more about like how do I put like door stops around my partner's body in order to limit his movement. Yeah.
I think that far head control is really nice too, that you were kind of mentioning in the first round.
Oh yeah.
Like when you have
Like an elbow.
you know, cross face with your shoulder grip, and then
yeah.
kind of focus on keeping that other hip, his opposite hip in.
Yeah.
Because then you have like a diagonal pin. It's very hard to move.
So it's like he can't turn up because I have this elbow, and he can't turn away because I have a shoulder control here. And then on top of that, I can also turn his chin away, which makes it even worse. We'll play this game again with new partners. Any questions?
Yeah. Oh.
Try to take this more aggressively.
This one?
Here,
Yeah.
and then with your fingers, put your middle finger in the armpit, and then pull the armpit and push forward. I can't do it. That's a lot harder for me to do the movement. So like that pressure and like pull it. I'm missing a lot. But keep your hips heavy. Not only move your hips around, maybe start more square so you can get better control.
That.
Go.
Next game we'll play will be sort of guardish. But they'll be kind of like a set that we get before passing. So again, we were working last week on headquarters. We're going to do a little bit of half butterfly today. But before we get there, we want to get to a position where we are occupying their legs. So there's kind of like this chaos right here in open guard where the bottom player can basically do anything. They can hook my legs as I step in, maybe like, yeah, they could sweep me, they could enter my legs in a single leg X, something like this. These are all things I don't want to happen. So like when I enter, I definitely want to enter on my terms, whether it's knees facing away and together, in a way, or whether it's like I open the knees and I'm able to pin one to the mat and keep the space open. This drastically decreases the probability that he's going to get some sort of guard on me or enter my legs. Same if I have the knees spread apart and my weight occupying the space here. If I can get to one of these three positions, we'll call that a win. So like, I'm going to have to figure out a way where I'm putting pressure on his ankles, pulling his feet up, opening his feet, coming in and occupying the space. If I can get here and he's more or less pretty immobilized, that's a win for me. Elliot, on the other hand, is going to not make this easy for me. He's looking to either sweep me or enter my legs or get into a guard of his own. So like, if he's able to grab me, sweep me over, if he's able to put me in some sort of guard where his feet are on the inside, it's like, as a sweep, put me in like single leg X, this, or X guard or something like that. This is a loss for me, just because it means now I am dealing with some sort of like foot position, and I wasn't able to get to a position that I could surpass. Questions? For the person on bottom, if you're not too familiar with that many guards, like I think it's a good thing to always just try to keep your feet inside. So like, if I like start stepping in, maybe like swimming the foot to the hip, swimming the foot to the inside. It's going to help you maintain that position where you can always swim up. Any questions? All right, 1, 2, 1, 2.
easier if you're up there, you know, with 5 feet. You're 5 feet in hands, but not. You can also sit up there, you know, on that back.
Too early to drop.
Yeah.
Let's get one more time. I'll talk about just a little bit about like keeping your guard, just because I feel like it's gonna be a difficult position for some. When I'm like playing guard, there's like this position where I have like a rounded back, and I'm kind of like a rocking chair, and then there are positions where I like keep a flat back. So when I have a rounded back, I'm usually like just keeping mobile, so I can just move. Right. So I'm like kind of rotating on the small of my back. Like this is a pretty like advanced move to be able to move without your hands and your feet. You can also like move using your elbows. I don't recommend like, I guess like early on it's okay to just move with your like feet like this. Sometimes I don't recommend that just because like it brings my knees away from my chest. So if someone notices that I'm putting my foot down, like I'm playing guard here and then like I put my foot down and move away, I'm kind of exposing this entire space. And some people might drop like a knee or drop like an elbow in there, and then now it's like they've taken up a little bit of my space. So when I'm playing here, I'm kind of like knees to chest, right? And so like I'm protecting my center mass. The problem is like I can't just stay here all day. I can't just like hug my knees. Sure, like some people do this, but it's like you're not being very offensive. So there's this trade-off of like I need to extend my limbs to get hooks as well. So just playing between like this, we call it like it's kind of like this like grilled chicken looking kind of position. Like knees open, knees to chest to sort of protect center mass, but then also you'll need to kind of extend and also break that in order to get out. If someone grabs my feet, like if you can swim out, that's great. Like you should practice this as well, just like swimming to break grips. And if it's like really hard, then I get like a hand involved. So I can pull off and then again, hide my feet so we can't reestablish that grip. But yeah, that's just like a crash course and just sort of overguard. Super easy. Yeah, but yeah, it's kind of like knees close to chest, head center mass, and then always looking to make connections in order to face him. So like, if I want to make connections on the inside, maybe he starts flanking me, so go ahead and flank, right? I can either, like, I always think about framing his lead. So like right now he's sort of leading with this knee. So I'm looking to frame that to make space.
And then when I can, I'll do the cross leg pummel. So like, I'll come across, make a connection, and then that'll help me pull my body with my sort of like rounded back face. Of course, like if he starts flanking and like this leg is available, I can do that too. But I feel like there's much better mobility for like this leg. I can come all the way across here and then be able to pull myself back. So that's like a high pummel that could help with some arm retention as well. Alright, we'll play this game again, same thing. Top person's looking to get to that movement limited position with the knees, and then bottom person's looking to sweep, get to like hands, stay up, try to get a good guard. Any questions? I'll do it too.
Sweet. Yeah, my wrist control, see that? That was nice.
Something holding me.
Huh?
There's something holding me.
Sometimes that's what you gotta get.
Just like when we do play this game in the future, be careful with like for the person on top, like where you're stepping. So let's say I step in. If I'm not like paying attention to where my left foot goes and I just come here, yeah, my partner can grab onto my leg. And this isn't great for me just because I have a narrow base. You might even be able to come around and then now I'm just going down. So like if I like even I forget this sometimes, I'll see them grab my foot here, and then it'll remind me that okay, I should probably put this foot back. But if I just pull out this way, it's not going anywhere. Like I'm just going into his hand. So I kind of have to look at how his grip is situated, right? he's not really holding me if I go forward. So it's a simple just kick up and out, and then now I'm back into the base. Just like taking careful note as to understand, like, I don't really want both of my feet very close in grabbing distance, just because it's not going to be a fun time for me. So when I'm coming in, I'm always thinking about like having one foot where he really can't grab me, and then now I'm fighting my way in with my upper body, using a little bit of ankle mobility, whatever it is. Okay, so our next game.
Sorry, one quick question on
Yeah.
that one. So like, if he's, you know, like what happened was like he had my leg without the hand,
Yeah.
like he had it trapped like this. What's my way? What's the best defense out of this one?
So you're saying he had this leg trap here,
Yeah.
and then also a grip.
Yeah.
One, like I have good base, now he can't really grab the secondary leg. This, because I can't really move forward
Yeah.
with this leg, I can start to go at kind of like a pinky grip. Like kind of grab his pinky like this, strip the grip. And then now, I have more mobility at the bottom. He still has a grip on my leg, but I can still turn this into mine. I might be able to just start to drop my weight. So you could also, like, if you really wanted to, you could just free it.
Yeah.
But for me, like, I would rather, like, this to me is like, you can't really control my leg from here. Like, just because I go ahead and, like, I have too much base. Okay, I can keep my base pretty well, so I'm gonna try to turn this into something for myself.
And you have your base because the other leg is
Like if I strip this and this leg is right here,
Yeah.
this might be scratched where you could grab
Yeah.
this. Now I'm in not a super world of trouble. Like if he grabs this, I'm immediately thinking
Yeah.
this, and then now we're back out. Maybe I like now I have both hands to strip this grip, maybe. Next. So next game we'll start in 10 quarters. So again, we're coming in, 1 foot in, on the same side hamstring, right here. So I kind of like to have my foot under the bottom foot to just sort of kill his base. I'm putting enough pressure just so his heel is to his butt, and we'll start here. Thinking about like which way his knee is going. If his knee is going this way, I'm looking to smash. If his knee is going this way, I can look to transition knee cut positions. I can blast through, or I can start passing from this area. Again, like this is a good passing position just because I'm mainly past his legs, starting to cover the hip line, and then from here, we're doing hand fights to get upper body control so we can flatten his shoulders from that. And then, of course, if he keeps his knee in the middle, and you can also get upper body control, there are ways where you can hip switch pass, or if you want to do it slower, you can keep the pressure on while you walk, while you take an angle, and at the end, take a pass. So just thinking about like, I think like, for me, when I play this game, I like to think about reducing the chaos. So just like, while I'm maintaining this position, really monitoring this knee, and how he reacts with this knee is how I'm going to position my body in order to start killing the structure down here in order to pass. Any questions?
What's the goal?
Basically, pass.
And bottom guy, sweep.
Bottom
submit.
guy, sweep. Yeah. Alright, 2 1 2.
time.
What? So wait, Frank, I want to start with the shin staple.
Yeah, shouldn't stay pulled at the other foot. Like, but, yeah, in here. Yeah.
Okay.
So I want you here. Based off of what this knee does, switch it on here. So if you're here, right? Start attacking. I'll just talk you here down. Okay. So I'm going to go here over. So just attack. Yep. I'm trying to touch the leg. Right here. Smash it. Yeah.
Octopus refresh. Octopus and then octopus again. It was sick. Like double octopus salad. Who's that?
Like a fucking bull on the octopus.
Say who?
I think I don't know.
I hit you with the octopus. You hit me back with the octopus. You got another octopus. I don't think I've ever seen that happen.
No, this is the machine.
Like that? Wait.
Should be good with the weight over there. And this here. Different ways.
Alright, let's see. Talk about squeezing this off. I definitely want to keep this guy in, just because like if I start letting it up and they start swinging this back in, now I'm in like a double butterfly, basically a butterfly guard, which is not too great for me because now Elliot can carry a lot of my weight. So like if I start to drive in, he has way too much structure down here, and now he can start pushing me out, and then getting my upper body extended and possibly stuff. So anytime I see like if I really want to play headquarters, and then he starts swinging this in, I definitely want to just go back to it. So it's like to some degree, like a lot of jiu-jitsu is just like being stingy with your grips and your position. Obviously, there's a time to like flow around. So like if he swims in, and then like maybe we want to play some like butterfly guard passing. But like if we're doing a headquarters game, like being stingy with your positioning and grips, I think is totally okay. So if we're here, maybe he swims in. I'm like, no, I don't want that. Straight back to here, and I'm going to continue my passing. So that's just something to think about in terms of just like trying to maintain your position. We'll do a little bit of drilling. I'll want to introduce the half butterfly again. So like we're here in this position right here. Half butterfly like is basically I'm going to take this leg, swim it out, and kind of like capture this leg on the outside.
pin one of his arms, and then I'm gonna come into this position where I have like my feet together underneath this lower leg right here, and then again, trying to like keep his hook trapped in between my groin. And in this position, you should ask your partner, like, is there anything you can do to like sweep me? It should be pretty hard. Like, you can pretty much maintain this position right here. It's half butterfly just because like regular half guard is this right here. And so like, if he puts a butterfly hook in, this is regular butterfly half. So like, if we were in headquarters right here, it's basically a simple move of the leg. And then I'm just going an extra step by controlling the near side arm and then just kind of extending it so he can't really use his bottom leg to do anything. And base, and I have his hook trapped right here. And I'm sort of leaning off, probably like over the shoulder line of the arm that's pinned right here. And then
You just have your heels kind of next to each other and across from you.
kind of like, just kind of like this.
Okay.
Heels right next to each other. Bottom leg picked up a little bit. Like this. And then I kind of like, if it helps, I sort of bring my feet back a little bit. And then from here we can sort of play the dilemma of like, either they're extended or they're contracted. So like, because I have like I have this bottom controlled and this leg, this arm controlled. The only thing he can really do is frame right here, which is fine. I have a hand at the rib. I'm blocking his leg right here, and when I'm ready, like I'm just gonna slide my leg up, and I can either penetrate the knee to go over, or I can simply just like step all the way over, straight up. So now the question is, okay, well, the bottom person is gonna know that, and so maybe he'll bring his leg back and hug his knee. Now this is unavailable, right? Like, there's just frames in the way. That's fine, like, we can think of other ways to do this, right? So, if he's protecting this leg from coming up, I can still go like chest to chest. I can still penetrate the chest area, and then now I can flatten his shoulder line, and now it becomes even easier to pummel my lower body in order to get by. Alternatively, if he's also like really retracted, hugging his knee really hard, yeah, like, and we can't come here, we can just pummel off to this side right here as well. Come towards the chest this way.
Would you ever back step around it?
Let me see. You're saying this way. So if you hug your knee, yeah, you can do that. I don't see why that would be an issue. It becomes kind of a smash pass. Yeah. So like, again, passing is very similar to headquarters in that like, I've immobilized his lower body, and to some extent his upper body as well. And then now what I'm doing is I'm basically figuring out whether he's contracted or extended. So like, if he's like framing on me with his leg and also his arm, I would say he's mostly extended. Therefore, like, we can look for ways to penetrate this hip space right here, climb up the body, maybe you can get flattened shoulders. If he's super contracted and like hugging his knee, you think about smashing on the outside. You can also think about going chest to chest, right? It's just because he's hugging his knee, his chest is still open for me to wiggle my way inside. Or you can just like pummel and back step off completely. Because I don't want to fight. It's like a path of resistance, right? If he's hugging super hard here, why do I want to fight for center mass in this area when I can just move around him and come in a different direction? So we'll do a little bit of drilling on this, just so you guys can get used to the position. Get to headquarters, swing your leg out, pin the inside arm, sort of trap your bottom man's legs, and then sort of figure out like what you like to play when they're either
framing on you.
I can step over, or if they're really, really tight with the knee, I can also pummel out this way in order to come. Yeah. Questions? We'll drilling on this, then we can play this decision. Alright, that's one, two. Under. That pinned in your second. Then you're kind of like leaning this way.
Feel like you can push. Good shot.
Taps that cut. Got a diamond cut on right in the shin.
Dragon.
And the other one, you could also post up the hip and have your elbow block his knee from coming back up, and then you can step over.
Okay.
And then lean to your right a little bit. So, sorry, right your feet first.
Yeah, it's not like great.
Yeah, lean to the right.
Probably wait for the movement and then try to
Here.
re-pummel.
Yeah, it's just being really tight. So
But like right here, very good.
that's like over like this, almost just like just avoiding that structure on this right side.
Maybe use it here, so maybe like, some sort of like underhook and on.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking with this right. Hopefully, see if I can get it. I can push it up a little bit under. So,
Like, can you transition from this one to a underhook? Can?
I don't see why not. Yeah. Here.
Yeah. Cause I feel like, if he just has that pin, like, if he just has that pin, okay, from right here, I don't feel like there's much I can do. And if just this, I'm gonna basically, what I'll do is I'll wait until I start feeling some movement for the pass and then try to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
This is what I.
like as soon as,
Step
you know,
over. What kind of movement would you be looking for?
just like, as soon as I start feeling the weight distribute,
okay.
I'll start using that butterfly. But I feel like if you get this underhook,
So you're saying,
because this, like my lower half is now, when you start to pin, this butterfly hook is a lot weaker.
yeah. I think
Because like from here I can still,
More space to move.
yeah, with butterfly hooks, I also think about like, yeah, when I move it, I want to move it open like this. So now I can try to use that butterfly hook.
it's much, it's almost useless.
Maybe I just flip the foot track a little more.
This one?
Yeah, like deeper there, because that way
Oh, 'cause
I can pull it out. Yeah, because that way I can pull it out. Because earlier when it's like here, like as soon as you try to move, I'll probably try to move and adjust to defend. But yeah, like deeper like that.
So I feel like that's more advantageous for you. You have more flexibility. Higher to this one, just using this as like a crowbar.
Yeah, I mean, you can do whatever you want. And zip. So it's like,
Is it better for my foot to be out, more out or more in?
I feel like he's trapping over the feet. So it's
So
going
like,
to like,
like that.
yeah. I think you could wrench it downward. Yeah. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I would be able to do that. Not right. He's kind of strong. But you also ground your head.
I think that was
Maybe like closer. And then you also kind of say, yeah.
Like that's right here. They're starting.
it helps when you're 243.5 pounds. It makes that more effective.
Immobilize it. Just take a little. This is
Yeah. I mean, even if it doesn't work, like if I try and like do this, if you want to open his knee, that's fine. I'll go back to this.
Right.
I can even drop
Yeah.
it. Or as you open.
What were you suggesting? You were suggesting going the other way?
Well, no, the same thing.
Okay.
That's just kind
Because
of
like the whole point is like,
straight.
I can keep his leg from
Okay, show me.
walk by him. So if he tries to come up down with his knee, it's kind of like walk by my elbow.
Yeah,
connection.
This is kind of like the most important. Just want to come in.
Yeah, again, it's like very similar to.
I like that crowbar type passing, like to usually defeat that top knee. You can do a lot too from it's just like the traditional, like if you're in, most people play this way, right? It's like come here, come here, and
Yeah.
just like use this arm, like kind of think of like straightening my arm, straightening my arm.
And it's great because you can get to it like the knees together. Usually I use a crowbar to start it and then I use
Yeah,
Okay.
finish it for sure. Yeah. Other thing I was kind of trying to mention earlier on this, like this cross body control, like is I'm looking on the control here, cross, like I'll play like on that hip, and it allows me to kind of come up and be like pretty mobile, and like I know usually like, oh, you know, take that space away, but it's like I pin here, and like you can't really like it's really hard to move because there's like pressure here, pressure there. So you get- and like, and then hitting wedges, and then like it's very controlling, which is a lot of sometimes what I do because like I want it to translate to like real life where it's like I can't choke you. I probably shouldn't. Well, there's like a lot of jiu-jitsu positions that when you're wearing like a full duty belt or there's a gun involved in the situation, like it becomes very precarious. And so it's like a lot of times if you're in person, like, wow, can I just hold someone down who doesn't want to be held down? And if you could do that against someone who practices, then most people who've never been on, I mean, who've never been on their back in a combative type situation, they're not going to be able to get out of it. So.
I've been playing
Totally. Yeah.
and not using my hands. I don't know, it's the best of the just like when he's like trying to balance the garbage, just like using his elbows and just like keeps his hands straight and
I also like try to practice because also for translators, like trying to stay like mobile on the top. Like if needing to be able to like, oh, I gotta get it up because through a knife or something. Like,
For controls.
Alright, time.
Thanks, man.
That's it for class. Doing a little bit of half butterfly. Probably do some of this again on Friday and then we'll expand on it. And we'll also do more. I think like on Fridays I want to try to go back to just like trying to review multiple positions for folks who come through the morning class just because like there's only 3 morning classes a week, so it's like we can go through some additional positions that you're going to find yourself in like mount back. And sort of like from your
Yes.
How long is it going on?
We transitioned to a grappling base. That is like 5 years ago. And that was like some very basic stuff. And like now we'll do, when we teach it, and we don't get to teach very often, only like once a year for an 8-hour block per day. Like, so like, the officers only get one training day a year. Which is like, the analogy I use is like, all right, man, I'm gonna teach you how to bake a cake. A very, very complicated cake. And then I'm gonna expect you to bake that cake in the middle of the night in the rain while someone's screaming at you on the side of the road. And it better be fucking perfect. You better not mix it up and you know. Better have nice fluff. Yeah,
That is unfortunate, but a great analogy.
So your PowerPoint. Gotta have a PowerPoint. Every time, there's gotta be a PowerPoint.
And it should at least be like, I don't know, once or twice a month, man. Come on.
Oh yeah.
You get exposure to that stuff.
You don't know where I'm at,
Short here. Where? Which one? D? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, just like, at times, like, some video, what do we should shit worse? Yeah. None of this.
Or zip up and go for the scripts. Rips off in your hand. And see, you have a t-shirt. T-shirt, cotton shirt. Rip right off in your hand.
pretty much nothing I can do at that point,
Well,
right?
that's really it's very, very step by step, right? Then you make the try to explain, I call it the muscle unit. But from here, but then you try to like swim this leg under to try to like not clear here, really get that foot up.
So you think I learned that skip in 30 seconds? How do I skip a body triangle from a fucking super strong
But even then, like, at this point, yeah.
Well, yeah, you want to try to either clear one hook and then try and find your switch that's right at close guard and stand up, or you can just try to like, you know, hop over it and then bring it in so you're ready to drop guard. So if you want to like try something in it, another idea, but there's one thing you definitely want to do is try to like stand up from there.
Yeah.
So like what you do was start turning up, and then like shoot this down. Yeah, you have already like turning from here,
Yeah.
so turn to the hooks, and then you just have to like swing your hips, and then you have to already feel when you try to like come into like close guard.
Yeah.
So come up to here.
Okay.
Yeah, we definitely don't want to try to mess with the feet and expose your
Okay.
otherwise.
What you did. Yeah.
Because you have to really deal when you're trying to dive like bottom to mouth. Let's start with that scary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah, for sure. Good start.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Maybe more real quick, so. Dehydrated.
So go warm up the shower.
Felt like one leg triangle's tough.
Yeah,
It's like almost as good as hooks.
for sure.
Oh, sorry.
Whatever.
Smarter than me. Oh, something hurts. Just reset. Oh my god, I'll just